Hey, this is Tim, licensed loan officer. On this video, we're going to go over some general strategies for first-time home buyers. Thank you so much for watching and welcome to my channel. This channel, I love talking about first-time home buyers. That's what this video is going to be about. But I also talk about investment products. I talk about budgeting, investing, leveling up, all types of topics, financial related. If you like these kind of topics, please subscribe to this channel. Love to have you here. All right, so I got some notes here, and we're going to just talk about some general strategies for first-time home buyers. Now, if you have a pen and paper, you might want to jot some of these down or maybe screenshot this video just so you can keep some of these notes. These are some good stuff. The first thing you want to do, number one, is kind of assess your financial situation. And what I mean by assess your financial situation is kind of see where your credit score is at. Credit is like a huge building block when it comes to buying a home. Lenders want to run your credit. That's kind of how the interest rate is determined. Sometimes the credit score can determine your down payment. If it's lower, you may have to come out of pocket more for a down payment. So it's very important to kind of know what your credit score is. You could go to Credit Karma and get an idea. Just take that with a grain of salt because Credit Karma is like a Vantage score. Most lenders go off of FICO, but it can kind of put you in the ballpark. Generally for credit scores, FHA, they say 580, they say 500, but you want to be at a 620. Anything lower, sometimes it gets sticky. There's reasons why you're that low, and I want to help you get approved. So shoot for a 620, but even better, if you think you might need a down payment assistant, there's a lot of different down payment assistants in counties, states, locally. You want to be at a 640 credit. You also want to evaluate your income and expenses. Income is very important because income is your ability to repay. Lenders want to get paid back. So check your income. You want to make decent amount of money and have money left over. Also, look at some of your current expenses. Do you already have a car loan? Do you have student loans? Not saying you can't get a home with other expenses, but if your other expenses are too high, it can make it difficult to afford a mortgage payment. So when assessing your financial situation, make sure you check your credit score, evaluate your income and expenses. And then this is a big part that a lot of first-time homebuyers don't do is determine your budget somewhat. What are you willing to pay or what do you want to pay? And is that realistic? So what a budget means that you want to keep your payment around $1,500. You don't want a payment over $1,800. And what I mean by your payment, I mean your principal and interest, taxes, insurance, mortgage insurance if you don't put 20% down. So really take your time, evaluate your financial situation, and do this before you talk to a lender. A lender basically wants you to apply. A lender is basically a big step, but this is all some stuff you can do. There's really no timeline or pressure. You could, 1 week check your credit, the next week kind of look at your income, look at your W-2s, kind of see how much you make, look at your taxes. You kind of look at your income and expenses and things like that. Now, the next thing I recommend you do is complete a first-time home buyer course. Now, they're all over the place. Some are in person. I have one that's free. I'll send you the link. You can email me, contact me. I'll send you the link. It's free. You get a certificate. It's good for 6 months. With the first-time home buyer, it's just kind of go over some of the process, some of the terms. Buying a home can be very stressful if you don't know what you're doing. So I recommend you do a first-time home buyer course. You can Google one for your state and find one. They're all over the place, but do one of those. And then I recommend that you explore the market. What I mean by explore the market, I mean just go on Zillow, go on Realtor, and just see what's out there. Just do a little quick search and see what's out there, what's affordable, what's not affordable, what areas you might want to live in. And then I recommend this step 3 would be get pre-approved. This is very critical before you actually go home shopping. This is critical before you actually contact a realtor. It get pre-approved. And when you get pre-approved, I recommend talking to at least 2 lenders, because one lender might have a different program for you than another lender. One lender may only do conventional. One lender may only do FHA. So talk to 2 lenders and get 2 pre-approvals. And then after you get pre-approved, that's basically going to be a letter saying that you can afford X loan amount, you can afford X payment, and now you're ready to go home shopping. So now what you want to do is get a realtor. Now, a realtor is going to help you find properties. They're going to help you navigate the market, and they're going to negotiate on your behalf. So what happens? Realtors show you homes, and let's say you just like a home. The realtor will say, okay, I'm going to check some of the comps. Comps mean they're going to check comparable homes, and the realtor is going to recommend we should offer this. Some realtors might even call the agent that's had that home for sale and see, what's going on with that. Contact a realtor. The next thing you want to do is understand all the closing costs. Now, some lenders, they don't really tell you this. They just give you pre-approval, but a lender should tell you, hey, if you buy a home with this pre-approval, you need $20,000, you need $30,000, you need $18,000. So be prepared for the closing costs, the prepaid, your moving it costs, and then maybe a little extra money over if you want to do some repairs. So the more preparation you do, the more research you do, the more you follow these steps, the smoother it will be. If one of these steps is kind of a weak link, it can really make your home buying experience terrible if you're not pre-approved, or if you don't have a good realtor, or if you're a little bit short on your cash to close, it could be an issue. But these are some great strategies, and I'm going to recap them for you really quick here. First, assess your financial condition. You want to make sure that your credit is good. If it's not, you can work on it and improve it a little bit. You want to make sure your income. And another note about income is that you want to have 2 years of verifiable income. Lenders usually want 2 years of income history. You don't have to be on your job for 2 years, but they want 2 years of history. Look at your income, look at your expenses, and then determine your budget. Most people do not know their budget, do not know what they're kind of willing to pay. Have an idea about your max comfortable payment. Also have an idea the minimum payment. So kind of have like, hey, I'm kind of flexible, but have that already out before you talk to a lender. And then do your first-time homebuyer course. I know you may know the process, but I recommend doing a course. You can never go wrong educating yourself. A lot of these courses are quick and easy. And then get pre-approved. After you get pre-approved, then get a lender and go home shopping, but then be prepared for your cash to close and how much it's going to cost for you to buy the home, like your down payment, your closing costs. Be prepared. And like I said, be a little bit familiar with the market. So like I said, go on Zillow or realtor.com to see what's out there. Because if everything's really expensive and outrageous, if you're in one of these areas, then it's not even worth getting pre-approved, because you may not find a home within your budget. But these are some general strategies for first-time home buyers. If you have tips and other tricks that I did not mention, or you like to share, comment below. Love to have this community where we can share with each other. Also, I do have a first-time home buyer group. The link is below. You're welcome to join that. Also, if you want to request a video, let me know. And if I'm licensed for your state, I can help you get pre-approved. So I am working for you. Again, thank you so much for watching. If you like this content, you find it valuable, please subscribe to this channel. And I'll see you again on the next video. Thanks.